Yeah, not like the most sound judgment ever, I guess, in hindsight, right? But 2 weeks ago, it sounded like a great idea to get on a cruise ship. How
We
about?
never knew this was going to happen so quickly.
Yeah, it did happen pretty quick. Over the last week, things went south very fast, and we are now sitting in the room wearing sheets because last night they were very convinced that although they canceled the next cruise after us, and Celebrity was suspending all operations globally for 30 days effective today. They still took our bags last night, expecting us to get off around 8 a.m. this morning, so we could get
So
to.
we have no clothes.
Yeah, we're hoping to get to Santiago to get a flight back to Florida. Um, and now, well, I guess about 2:30 in the morning, the ship arrived near San Antonio, Chile, where we were supposed to dock, and they started kind of circling, and you kind
We
of
felt the ship doing a weird vibration.
kind of
thing.
weird maneuvers and stuff. And then about 6 a.m., the captain came on, and the speaker came on in your stateroom to wake you up. And I was like, well, this is probably not good news. And guess what? It wasn't.
So last night on the news, in the Chilean news, they stated that beginning 8 a.m. the next day, they were going to shut down all the ports for cruise ships. I said, well, this cruise ship's going to be there way before 8 a.m., so we
Plus,
should be okay.
we were already in the country of Chile because we've been to several
Yeah,
Chilean
we've
ports.
been to 2 ports already.
Yeah, so we've already kind of cleared customs, so to speak, in Chile.
Yeah.
So we were in the country of Chile, but yeah, basically they refused entry for the cruise ship.
But nobody's
into the port.
sick, and
Not even a sniffle.
Yeah.
Not even like a sneeze or cough. Nothing.
it's
Like,
almost like they should take everybody's fever on their way out, or maybe they should test them, or if they're really that worried about it. But nobody's sick or showing symptoms, and so this is very strange.
yeah. So they took our luggage and they announced at 6 a.m. that they don't know what's happening, but they're just going to keep circling for a bit. At 8 a.m. they said, hey, we're going to keep circling, but we're going to maybe slow down these circles because we're burning an arbitrary amount of fuel and we have an arbitrary amount of fuel remaining on board the ship, and we don't know where we can go.
And we
Peru
don't-
is closed apparently.
We
so
don't know how much food is on the ship, or water, or anything like. There's lots of questions.
They make a lot of water on the ship, but the food they'll run out of eventually. They haven't passed out any fishing poles yet to start fishing, so I think we're still in okay shape. But it'd be nice to have our bags back. 8 a.m. they made the announcement that they basically are just standing by and they're just going to kind of idle here and float. And yeah, people are freaking out because they have a limited amount of medication. They have other medical issues that they need to get back to shore for. So in the meantime, we will float and knit,
and watch movies
pretty much. So
because I'm sick of the news.
yeah, just a small note to the news. If you guys have anything positive
Yeah.
to brighten our days with, that'd be great right now. Till next time, yeah, we'll update you at 10 o'clock when Captain Leo comes back on to tell us nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please? This is your Captain Leo from the navigation deck. This is a follow-up announcement a little bit earlier than the anticipated 10 a.m. This time I will provide you an update which is pretty much the same information that I relayed with you earlier this morning. The port of San Antonio continues to be closed to all cruise ships and still refuse to allow us into the port. We are working closely with the local government, port officials, United States government to compel the port to allow us to dock and debark all guests. All our guests and crew are healthy, no one presented with fever or other symptoms, no one on board is in quarantine. We are all healthy and from our side in total readiness to debark. We continue to circle in the close proximity to the port entrance, awaiting for the permission to enter. I will provide you with an update to our schedule as soon as possible. The guest relations desk continues to be open and will be there for you to assist if needs be. Complimentary internet and phone access will be available for guests who wish to contact the consulate or air carriers directly. I would like to once again to thank you for your kind patience. and understanding during this extraordinary time. We sincerely apologize for this unexpected delay. Rest assured, the safety and well-being of our guests and crew is our number one priority. We are ready to assist with anything you may need to ensure you will have a comfortable and safe journey home. Your Captain Leo from the navigation deck. As a follow-up to my previous announcement, we have a development regarding our ability to dock today in the port of San Antonio. So we have been in strong negotiations with the port authorities, with the assistance of our company, United States government as well. For the time being, I would like to ask all of our guests to take a pen and a piece of paper, or have your telephones ready to collect the following pieces of information. We would like you to collect and have readily available the following pieces of information. Your date of birth. That is the date of birth. Passport number. Your passport number. The airline name for your intended flight, the flight booked, the flight number, the flight time and date, departing airport, destination airport as well. So we will need to collect the following information from all of our guests. Very shortly we will be coming with another announcement to provide you with the next steps to be taken. So shortly we will be coming back to the public address system with the next steps to be taken, but please have this information readily available. I would like to thank you once again for your kind understanding. This is your Captain Leo from the navigation deck. Your Captain Leo from the navigation deck. Is a follow-up announcement to my previous one in order for us to be able to continue discussing our disembarkation in Chile today. We have been in strong negotiations with the authorities. We will require your assistance though by providing some important information. This is the same information I asked in my previous broadcast. This information includes your name, date of birth, passport number, the name of the airline, the flight number, the flight time and date, departing airport and destination airport. Very importantly, at this time we have tables set up on every deck midship, that is on every deck midship by the glass elevators, and our crew will be there taking your details, which will be to be submitted later to the Chilean authorities. The tables are located on each deck at the same place we were distributing your passports. I would like to thank you for your understanding and cooperation, and I will be back with further instructions. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back with further instructions. This is your Captain Leo from the navigation deck. The port of San Antonio, Chile continues to be closed to all cruise ships and is currently still refusing to allow us into the port. Our company's most senior executives, the seaport team, work closely with the local government, port officials and the United States government to compel the port to allow us to dock and depart all of our guests. We have already fulfilled the first Chilean requirements, and now we are in the process of collecting the requested information to be submitted to the Chilean authorities. Your personal flight information is part of these additional requirements expected by the authorities. And without this information, the operation cannot move on. This is holding the process at the moment, and I urge all of our guests who have not submitted their flight information to do so urgently on your own deck midship glass elevators. Additionally, a few of our guests still have not submitted the Chilean health declaration forms, as those forms need to be submitted to the authorities as well. Please hand them to the guest relations team located on deck number 3. So once again, we are working very closely with the senior authorities, the United States government, port officials to compel the port to allow us to dock. We have fulfilled already the first requirements, and now we are in the process of collecting the requested information by the Chilean authorities. Your flight details is part of this important information requested by the Chilean authorities. On the status of our debarkation.
Smile.
Celebrity Cruise has been working closely with government authorities in Chile to receive approval for a controlled debarkation process to begin as soon as we are granted access to proceed. Our shoreside and seaport teams have been working non-stop to receive required clearances so that we may dock and begin to assist you all with your journeys home. The port of San Antonio, Chile continues to be closed to all cruises. Again, this closure was unplanned and did not allow Celebrity Eclipse to reach port prior to the port shutting down. We want to reiterate to our guests on board that all our guests are healthy, no one has presented with fever or other symptoms, no one on board is in quarantine, and no one has reported any kind of illness. Some of you may have missed your scheduled return flights, and we want to reassure that the Celebrities team will do everything possible to ensure you are accommodated on the earliest possible flight home once we are able to secure a berth position. Attention please. This is your Captain Leo from the navigation deck. I would like to provide you with an update on the status of the debarkation. At this point there is indication that the Celebrity Eclipse will be given permission to come alongside to refuel and receive provisions only. We are still not clear to begin guest debarkation. Once again, there is indication now that the Celebrity Eclipse will be given permission to come alongside to refuel and receive provisions only. We are still not clear to begin guest debarkation. The authorities have been reviewing our debarkation plan and we have received approval from the Minister of Tourism. However, we are still pending approval from the Minister of Health. As you can imagine, the government is fully focused on caring for its citizens, and there are many outstanding decisions. They are aware of our situation and will render a final answer soon as possible, but there is no guarantee as to when the final decision will be made. As we are already into the late afternoon hours, please be prepared to stay on board one more night as we seek this final approval. Should we receive approval within the next few hours, and assuming flights are still available, we will begin the debarkation process. Otherwise, we will proceed with securing flights and commencing debarkation tomorrow, if and when we receive final approval permitting us to disembark guests. We have a full night of entertainment, activities and fine dining planned. Please continue to take advantage of the complimentary Wi-Fi and open bars around the ship. Our officers and crew will be out and about this evening to show you a good time. To my previous one. If you have already missed your return flight, there is no need to rebook it at this time. We suggest do not go to the guest relations to inquire about missed, future or rescheduling flights. Celebrity will book you and make all flight arrangements when time permits. For any other inquiries, please feel free to go to the guest relations desks. Thank you very much, sir, for your understanding. This is your Captain Leo from the navigation deck.
Thank you, Captain. In addition to what the Captain said, we have now planned a super awesome evening of entertainment on board, so not only you can enjoy the great food.
Your attention, please. This is your Captain Leo from the navigation deck. This is to keep you all updated that as of now we do not have any developments regarding the ship being accepted in the port of San Antonio and eventually the debarkation process to be commenced. Most of your luggage have now been distributed to your staterooms or are at the final stage of being distributed. As we are already in the evening hours, it is definite now that you will be all spending the night on board. We have a full night of entertainment, activities and fine dining planned. Please continue to take advantage of the complimentary Wi-Fi and open bars around the ship. My officers and crew will be out and about this evening to show you a good time. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have any developments regarding the...
Maybe if Chile doesn't like us, the United States will let us go there.
But I assure you, our shoreside and seaport teams have been working round the clock to help the eclipse be accepted in San Antonio and eventually to assist in the debarkation of our guests to take place. As of now, this is not an option, so we still do not have any news. We will continue to circle in close proximity to the port of San Antonio. Once again, I understand it has been a very long day for everyone, and I assure you our shoreside and seaport teams have been working around the clock to help the eclipse be accepted in San Antonio. We will continue to circle in close proximity to the port of San Antonio.
It's not going to happen, is it?
I would like to sincerely thank you for your understanding and cooperation. My next announcement will be at 8 o'clock early tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Captain Leo from the navigation.
Captain.
I hope you had a restful night. This is Monday and it is the beginning of a new working week, which will hopefully open further communication channels. Our team continues to work around the clock to agree on terms of a possible debarkation with all relevant port and government authorities, and we expect to make further progress. We have been in contact with many officials in an effort to secure debarkation, including the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Tourism, Consul General in Santiago, Department of State Overseas Citizen Service in Washington, and the United States Embassy in Santiago. The United Kingdom Ambassador is also convening a call today with the United States and Canadian ambassadors to coordinate further. We will continue to work closely with them to provide all the required details about our guest crew and debarkation procedures. We have reassured them that all on board are happy, healthy, and ready to return home. Once and if we receive approval, and as of now this is not a promise, we will proceed with securing flights for all those on board and commence debarkation and processing all of our guests. As of now, we have a full day of entertainment activities and dining plan. Please continue to take advantage of the complimentary Wi-Fi and open bars around the ship. As always, my officers and crew will be available for any assistance. I would like to thank you for your continued patience and understanding during this unprecedented and very fluid situation. I will continue to update you with any new developments and do all possible to ensure you have a safe and comfortable journey home. Antonio, while we have been working since yesterday morning to negotiate our entry into port, we have yet to receive final approval from local authorities to approach the pier. We wish we had better news to share. However, we want you to know we have been in contact with every relevant official in an effort to secure debarkation, including the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Tourism, the Consul General in Santiago, Department of State Overseas Citizen Service in Washington, and now the President of Chile. The United States, British, Canadian, and other embassies are also working together to assist us in our joint efforts. The highest levels of our executive team in Miami are working around the clock with our contacts in Washington and will continue their efforts to engage the Chilean government to secure agreed terms for our debarkation. We expect some answers soon.
In preparation for our possible debark process at this point,
Oh my God!
we require every single guest to complete electronically the Celebrity Eclipse Debarkation Information Form. This form can be completed by very simply accessing the free link called Guest Urgent Information on all your personal devices. You can also fill it in any of the ship's computers that are set up in the lobby on deck number 3 midship. And as well, you can use the iLounge office, the computers there, located on deck 6 midship at the iLounge. We need every single guest to confirm this way your final destination home, which is crucial to continue our negotiations for our debark planning at this moment. We request that you complete the information on the link at the soonest,
What link?
as we must have this information
Give us the link.
urgently.
Good directions, yeah.
We have our team available by the guest relations lobby,
Come.
and
Where's guest
we are
relations?
going to be
There,
there for
to
you.
the- to the-
Thank
to
you
the left,
for your
to the left.
cooperation. I'm going to repeat the same.
Please complete the questionnaire in the comfort of your room or in any of our public lounges. If we have all the guests in the same area, this will surpass the capacity of the routers that are allocated on each lounge. Therefore, we ask you to please collect the instructions from our staff and fill the questionnaire in any of the staterooms and public lounges that we have available. Thank you for your cooperation.
Can we please get a...
From the navigation deck, I would like to provide you with an update on the status of our arrival in San Antonio. While we still have been working since yesterday morning to negotiate the port entry, we have not received final approval from local authorities to approach the pier. So we have not yet received final approval from authorities to approach the pier. I wish I had better news to share with you all. However, I want you to know we have been in contact with every relevant official in the effort to secure debarkation, including the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Tourism, Consul General in Santiago, the Department of State Overseas Citizen Service in Washington, the President of Chile, and many embassies working together to assist in our joint effort. Rest assured, we are also working on alternative plans that can be enacted right away in the event we are unable to secure clearance today. If this happens, we will depart from Chile and sail to an alternative port and work to ensure everyone returns safely home. Unfortunately, we live in unprecedented times, unprecedented outcomes. Rest assured, the safety and well-being of all of our guests and crew is and remains the #1 priority. Attention please. This is your Captain Leo from the navigation deck. My sincere apologies for this late interruption, but I thought it's very important to provide you with an update since we have a significant update. The Port of San Antonio has made a final decision to deny our entry to port. While we do not agree with this decision and are frustrated by the outcome, we have worked to develop an alternative itinerary that provides a secure and predictable return journey for all those on board. We will shortly set sail to the port of Valparaiso, about 90 kilometers away or 4 hours by sea. Valparaiso has given us permission to arrive tomorrow morning, where we will remain at anchor to complete refueling and receive provisions. We accept this process to take at least 24 hours, as all supplies and provisions will need to be brought to us by barge from the shore. Chile will not, I repeat, will not provide us with clearance to debark guests in Valparaiso, with the exceptions of any Chilean citizens who will be given the opportunity to return home.
I won't
No
leave you,
other
babe.
guests will
Don't
be
worry.
permitted to leave the ship while we remain
She's
at
gonna
anchor.
leave me.
The
She's
debarkation
Chilean.
process for the Chilean guests will start tomorrow morning, and we will be contacting those guests individually with further information on the overall arrival process. After we have completed provisioning of any debarkation, Celebrity Eclipse will set sail for San Diego, California,
Oh,
where we
thank
have
God.
secured clearance from more relevant authorities and where there is substantial
America!
international
We get another
and
cruise.
domestic earnings to assist with your journey home.
A
After
third
we
one.
sail from Chile, it will
Cruise
take
number 3.
Our third
approximately 10 days to arrive in San Diego.
Oh my
We
God, we're
understand
here for
and share
10
your
days.
frustration with
Holy
this
crap.
uncertainty during this escalation of the unprecedented situation. Our leadership teams, both on board and in Miami, are disappointed that we were unable to secure a timelier debarkation, but will now set our sights on undertaking a safe, happy, and most importantly, healthy journey home for all of us. Our Flights by Celebrity team are actively working on securing flights for all remaining guests on board, and will finalize return travel arrangements for everyone now that our final port is secure. We will update you on the final arrival time to San Diego once we leave from Valparaiso, and will continue to do everything possible to ensure you have a safe and comfortable journey home. Same announcement, similar information will be sent by letter to your staterooms as well. Once again, my sincere apologies for this late interruption. I considered very important that you have this information the earliest possible. This is your Captain Leo from the navigation deck.
It is
Buenas
midnight.
noches, damas y caballeros. Para traducir lo que dijo nuestro
And-
capitán Leo, se disculpa por la
We are
interrupción
gonna be
tan
home
tarde en la
in
noche,
about 2
pero
weeks.
consideraba muy importante él mandar esta información a todo el mundo, incluyendo en las...
So overall, not as bad as it could be. About 5 days to get supplies.
Oh yeah, 5 days anchored up
Yeah,
to
so
get supplies.
finally on the road again. But 10 days to get home to, well, home-ish to the States. Happy to be going to the States, going to San Diego. Cruise 3.0 we're calling this one.
So the world has 10 days to go back to normal.
Yeah,
so
that's
that
what
we
we're
can-
hoping for.
Get off this boat.
Being the first cruise, and then we were anchored for 5 days. That was cruise 2.0, and this is cruise 3.0. So got all our supplies, hung out, just kind of anchored there for a while, and now we're motoring home. Could really be a whole heck of a lot worse. Really not that bad. Pretty happy with it. So hopefully things are looking better in 10 days when we get back to San Diego, and then we can find our way home from there. So hopefully you guys are doing good-ish. We're actually nothing to complain about, and yeah, we'll see you in San Diego.